Hell yeah. I
You
can
know,
hear
you just
myself.
okay.
That's the
There you
one
go.
thing we forgot.
It's all good. You know, you get on Twitch, and it's just fucking titties,
Yeah.
just
That's,
titty gamers, titty streamers unite.
listen, man. If the shoe was on the other foot, I'd probably be doing it too. I'm not even gonna lie.
Get that money, dog.
Use your assets that you have. You know.
Emphasis on the ass.
True. But Twitch is
Use
a
your ass
hellscape.
sex that you have.
My yitties. That's what it's called, right?
That's what the cool kids are calling it these days.
Goddamn, I don't know slang anymore. Let me post that we're live in our Discord. Live for the podcast in living color.
In living color.
Oh man. So how's your week been?
Not bad. Um,
I don't know.
busy, but not bad.
I feel
Not
that.
bad, busy.
I have been alone this past week because
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we talked about this on the last pod. We talked about they were going away, but
We
they went
talked about it on the Patreon.
true. I was like, why do I feel like we talked about it? Because it was there. Fucking dude, let me tell you right now. Here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I want them to come back, from this cruise. But let's just say their boat gets like a flat tire. I
Your
wouldn't be
boat
mad
gets a
about
flat
it.
tire.
Like, the boat just gets like a little bit of a flat tire. And like they're like, oh, we gotta wait for parts to come in to repair it. We're gonna keep you on the ship for like another week.
Just for clarification, the boat gets a flat tire in the water.
Yes.
Got it.
You know how boats work.
Right. Right. Well, then it's their fault because they
Yeah.
used the boat that needed full air
All the boats
tires
do that.
on water.
They just have tires that go all the way to the bottom of the ocean and drive along.
The tires are the only thing of man that's been to the bottom of the ocean.
Exactly. Yeah. But no, man, it's been nice.
It's been
Fucking nice. Dude, let me tell you, if it's I don't know how to explain this, but like, do you know the feeling when you go away to college? You know that like
Nope.
that you know the feeling when you first move out
Mm-hmm.
and you got that independence, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and you got your own place. I have it all over again, which is like, it's a nice feeling, but it's shitty at the same time because it's going away in like another week.
But you have a whole nother week. I can see they're coming
Yeah.
back tomorrow or some shit, or this weekend.
True. But I don't know, man. Like, it's been nice as fuck. I've been waking up whenever I feel like it. I've been making the dogs get along with each other more. They'll probably walk in, and actually one's on the floor right beside me that you can't see. But like,
Word.
they've just been like fine with each other. The only thing,
You weren't waking up whenever you felt like it before?
well, technically, but no, if that makes sense. Like, I was
guess
waking
they
up
would be doing stuff and that woke you up.
Yeah, like noises around the house, the dogs need to go out and shit. I've kind of like trained them to not have to go out at 6 in the morning as of late. Like, it's
That's a
been
good
like
thing.
progressively getting better throughout the week. But
Right.
other than that, I'm like, I'll wake up at like 9 and I'll just be like, I'm nice. I'm feeling good after that sleep. What's another 15, 20 minutes? Then I'll go to work.
Right.
I'll fucking hop in there. Bing, bang, boom. Get so much fucking shit done in a matter of like 2 hours and be like, well, it's time for the gym. Bing, bang, boom. Clank and whatever the fucking movements that you do. Back here, shower. And then I have so much time I don't know what to do with myself.
Wow.
And it's weird. It's a weird feeling. Like, I remember, I think it was 2 days ago, like the day before we recorded the Patreon, which was, I think, 2 days ago. Fucking
yeah, so Monday.
Yeah. I'm just sitting there and it's like 6 and I'm like, I'm ready for bed. Like, I had a full day in a span of 4 hours and I've got nothing left to do. The room's clean, vacuumed, dishes are done, fucking Can you? There's no dishes in this dishwasher. I did laundry today. That shit's done, folded, put it away, man.
You sound like a guy with his own place.
It feels great, especially
Mm-hmm.
when you don't have to pay the mortgage on the place, to say the least.
Yeah, living free is amazing.
Yeah, I technically not free. I do pay them, but
Well, I get what you mean.
yeah.
Way less than you'd have to, by comparison to what
Oh yeah,
actual rent and mortgages is free. Shoot.
yeah. Compared to now, fuck. Dude, if they made me pay that shit, I'd be so pissed. I'd be like, bro, y'all put me in.
Yeah.
That's a conversation for Patreon. Moving
Mm-hmm.
past that though, the one thing that I had to do that I was not looking forward to. It's a thing that I haven't done since I've been around maybe 12. And that's clean up dog shit in the
What?
backyard.
How have you avoided that as someone who's
Well,
lived with dogs?
here's the thing. I made it a point when I was 12, like I was like, this is the one thing that I cannot do because like I have a really bad like smell issue. Like if I smell something, I'm yakking. So I would
Mm-hmm.
literally at like the age of 12 be sent out and like go fucking clean up the shit. And I would go out there and I would puke in the yard. Literally. So I'm like, listen, I'll do anything else. And then I think mine became like the dishwasher. My chore became that. But like
Mm-hmm.
as like, a late teen into adulthood into now, I'm like, I'm not cleaning up their dog shit. I'm not doing it. So I had to though, because the grass cutters come tomorrow. And apparently they can't have shit in there. Fuck that. It's slicing it up. I go over to the pooper scooper we got. It's like a two-handed situation. One's like
Yeah.
an L shape with like a little scoopy thing at the bottom where you, and then the
Yeah.
one's a rake, and
I'm
you like
familiar.
fucking yeah, that's John. The fucking scoopy thing is metal,
Mm-hmm.
like straight up metal, and it's been real hot as of the past couple days. You know what I'm saying?
So it's heating it up.
So it's super heated up. Now here's the thing that it wouldn't be that big of a deal, right? I walk over to it and where it's at. It turns out it wasn't emptied the last time it was used.
Yeah.
So there's just like
Melted shit?
it
Cooked
looks.
shit?
Imagine when you go to a baseball game and you get a soft serve cone, and like 3 innings in, what your kid's face looks like and how that's like dripping all over in the fucking pan. And I'm like, this ruined it all. Everything. I get them back now. Bring them back. Get the boat back. Pull the
And
fucking
clean
chain
this.
and clean this shit because I ain't fucking doing it. I literally texted him. I'm like, yo, you best tell the grass people not to come next week because I ain't cleaning up shit for a week,
That's
dude.
fucking nasty.
I'm not doing it at all because you fucked up people who are on a boat right now. So, needless to say, it was a bad time. What's up, Frankie, in the chat? How you doing?
Yeah, Frankie. Yeah, I'm glad someone else was here to hear that
Yeah,
shitty story.
it was so bad. I was dreading Thursday because I was like, they come on
Mm-hmm.
Friday. I got plans on Friday, so I can't do it Friday when they come beforehand. So I gotta do it today. I wanted to die. I wanted to fucking die, dude. You have no idea. There's probably still shit in the backyard. I kind of did like a half-ass job where I was like, oh yeah, I got everything.
Mm-hmm.
There might be like a fucking huge steamer out there, and I don't give a fuck if it goes through their lawnmower. That ain't my problem.
I mean, technically, you're right. It ain't your problem.
Yeah.
You out there making fucking brick oven shits in your backyard.
Dude, I was so pissed. I was so pissed. I'm like, bruh, the one thing that you could have done to make this the worst experience possible, and you did it.
They
So
did it.
that's my life.
God damn it,
Man.
those bastards did it.
True.
Let's go home, boys.
Yeah, man. Other than that, fucking, dude, I prepped an entire D&D session for this Saturday, and hopefully it goes smoothly. I'm doing a one
Hopefully.
shot. Yeah. I went to fucking Office Max today because I sent them files of the sheets that I needed printed out, like with all the information and shit. And like the chick behind the desk like gave me a look like fucking nerd.
Fucking
Because she
nerd.
had to print the shit. And I'm like, fuck you, man. Like
Here, you papers,
discretion.
dork.
I needed a little bit of discretion, and she was just like, yeah, you're a fucking nerd. Here's your shit. Here's your character sheets with your numbers and your make pretend names.
You should have lied. If she were to come at you, you'd like, Miss, I have children. Okay. So I hope you feel
Dude,
really bad. I
that
hope you
is
feel
a.
horrible.
I gotta start using that now. If like anyone in public ever says anything like that, I have children. I can't believe you've just done this to me.
No, you don't. Look at you.
Look at you scooping shit.
Look at you making air fryer shits in your backyard. Putting that shit on broil. Literally.
So that's my week. We ready to talk about some video games?
Yeah, let's just get into the games at this point.
Hell yeah, here comes
Nothing's
V&D.
topping that shit. Mm-hmm. What's up, bitches? What's good? You know what you're here for? You know what this shit is? Level up, gamers, and welcome to another episode of Save Before Quitting. I go by the name of Ant, and my shit scooping, hair swooping, computer booping homie over here is Chris. That is Chris. Chris, say hello.
Yeah. Hi, how's it? I like.
He said hello. Anyway, back to me. Save letter B number 4 quitting on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. Titties. Titty gang. Or
people are gonna be so confused by how aggressive you are.
I don't care
from the beforehand to now because nothing was said to
gotta turn this shit up. Let's just turn this damn show up one time. One time for the one time, bitch. Games. Also, Discord. Link is below this video if you're watching it.
Join it.
Yeah, join the Discord and we'll talk about some shit. Not just the shit Chris was talking about in the intro. We'll talk about some gaming shit. You got me?
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, what?
Some good ass games been talking about in there.
Good ass games. You heard that? G8 gags. Good ass games. Ho.
Do we have to make a
Patreon? We have a Patreon. Shut up. We have a Patreon. Join the Patreon. There's extra pods on that bitch. We just recorded one and we're going to record more.
Yeah.
Before the month is out.
We're a little behind.
We're going to load that shit up.
Yeah.
Punk ass.
I really hope this is someone's first episode.
Me too. Be confused. You deserve it.
I think that's
for
the
139th episode. For the 139th episode, it's your first one. The fuck is wrong with you?
Thank you,
Chris. Play a sound off your soundboard. End that shit with an exclamation. Come on.
What are you doing in my swamp?
Exactly, Shrek. The fuck are y'all doing in the swamp if you don't like video games? That too. Tim Allen. Thanks for joining us, Tim. No problem, man.
Why don't you play Home Improvement? Dude, that game was so good.
I gotta bring it back. It's a classic. It's a classic moment.
It's a gag.
It's a GAG. It's a good ass game.
We gotta fucking copyright that. Now.
It's a goofy ass game. It shouldn't even. That's still a gag. Man has 2 podcasts and don't know how to act.
Bitch, it's 3.
2?
4.
Motherfucker, where you been? 4 technically.
Yeah.
Which are making a comebacks. That's kind of in the works behind the scenes, but we'll get into that when it's closer to the time.
Hell
Yeah, so Chris,
yes.
the fuck did you play this week? What'd you play this week? What games did you play?
I played so many games, man. That's so many you would never guess how many I play. I play Fortnite.
Shocker.
Yeah. We have like this bot built into a server that like all of us play on now, where it tracks our statistics. So like, there's kind of like a little friendly competition going on of like who can get the most kills and shit, blah blah blah. But it's kind of
Right.
more like whoever plays the most when it comes to shit like that. So I'm number 2 on the leaderboard because someone is playing a lot more than I do and getting a lot more kills because they're playing more. But other than that, I'm
Mhm.
playing a little bit of Overwatch. I just played the new PvE shit that they just released.
Nice. Nice. How's that going?
Listen, man, it's real underwhelming. It's really.
Damn.
Here's the
Is
thing,
that
though.
why I saw something go up saying that they're review bombing that game all over again?
I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. The thing that's like weird about it is that it's nothing new, but like we've had these before. Like we've had events like this before where it's like PvE, you're playing as one of like 4 or 5 characters and you're just fighting bots, but there's like a kind of story in the background. It's just that these ones are a little bit longer and cost money. And
Mm-hmm.
personally, I don't believe they're worth the amount that you have to spend for them. If you just
Okay.
spend the money on just the story missions. $15, $5 per mission. You get 3 right now, and then there's one for free for everybody to play to test it out before they buy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like they're not bad by any means. It's just like it's nothing new, and you can see where it would have been cool to have like new, character progression type shit with different moves and stuff that like they showed in the past. So it's kind of like a shell of what it was going to be,
I got
and
you.
it feels like that too. Like, and it, at least for me, PVE isn't the most fun thing in the world. Like, I kind of fell off from like Destiny 1 and 2 after a while because it kind of got
Mm-hmm.
boring, and I just exclusively played fucking what is, I don't even remember what it's called. It's been so goddamn long. But the PvP there, uh,
Mm-hmm.
Crucible, I think is what it was
I
called.
remember Crucible. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the PvP stuff, I think. But like that's what I would exclusively play when I would get on and play back in the day, just because like the PvE shit gets very fucking boring after a while when you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucked. But as far as like here's, if it was free, if all of the 3 missions were free, I would not have a problem. The fact that I had to spend an extra $15 on these things,
Mm-hmm.
that hurts a little bit. That hurts a little bit. That 15 could have gone towards like 89
More Timu
pins.
stuff.
Yeah, 89 pins on Timu. I was gonna say that exactly, so I'm glad that you went there too. Um,
Good old
listen to the
Timu.
Patreon podcast to hear
Yeah.
about that.
Timu
Um,
talk.
Timu dog. But I don't know, man. It's not good, and I mean, the battle pass this season is cool. I'll give them that. It's like Omnic themed, so like they have a couple characters that are like robot versions of themselves, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
The new character is fun to play. She's a healer, but she hits really hard damage wise, so like she's fun. But the story stuff is just super underwhelming, and there's a part of me that's like, I kind of just want them to like abandon it entirely.
The whole
Just
game,
like
like Overwatch 2, just abandoned it.
I want them to abandon the PvE stuff as like being a thing, if that makes sense. Like they're making a
Mm-hmm.
big deal about it. I just want them to go back to like take the 2 away from Overwatch again. Like just make it
That's one of the
Overwatch.
biggest mistakes they did.
Yeah.
Period.
Like just make it Overwatch again and then just do your fucking little events every 3 months or so with a PvE mission or a game mode that's like Lucio Ball or the volleyball one that they just added, which was fun. Like just do that. Just give us back
Yeah.
the OG shit. Bring back loot boxes. Still have your microtransactions. You can do that, Just have the the loot boxes be like really rare to get good stuff, and you just get recolors of stuff that you already have from it,
Mhm.
and like things like that. Simple, easy, better. Um, but they won't do that because they're gonna run this game into the ground, in my opinion. But
They're not looking too good.
yeah, um, I do have an Overwatch 1 disc laying around somewhere when I was cleaning my room, and it seems to be missing again. If anybody wants that, shoot me a DM on Discord. Um, but other than that, the only other game that I've been really diving into is Baldur's Gate 3.
Mhm.
This game is fucking phenomenal. I cannot give it enough praise. It was funny because I just talked to Tuscan Sun, who's in the Discord, Trevor,
Yeah.
yesterday because he started his playthrough. And I asked him, I'm like, okay, so what have you done so far? And he said, okay, so I was on the ship with there's mind flayers. Do you know what a mind flayer is?
No.
It's pretty, you know what Cthulhu is, right?
Yes.
Imagine Cthulhu, but like a normal sized human, but also they play in the NBA. So they're like 9 feet tall,
No,
but no
Cthulhu could
wings
get
though.
more confusing.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
it's
All right.
a dude with a squid head with
All right.
tentacles.
All right. Yeah.
I don't know why I made that so complex. Fuck me. But you're like held captive by them. Like that's immediately where the story starts. You are being like you're
Mhm.
a hostage. You break out, and you have the option to save one of the people that are in a pod. You can find this like goblin lady. I don't know what the hell their species is called. I just called her a goblin because she's got pointy ears and is green, but it's not right.
Sounds
Um,
goblin-esque.
and pretty much you save. What I did is I saved the lady from the pod because I figured out how to do that, and then all three of us got out of there as the ship crashed,
Mhm.
and that's when the world is just open to you. I went to
Okay.
the right. I found this camp with a bunch of like elves and tieflings that were being
Mhm.
attacked by goblins, saved them from the goblins, then went to the goblin camp where they keep sending goblins to like come kill these people, murdered
Mhm.
all of them, and then did a bunch of other shit, blah 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 blah. Got a different character in my party and shit, and then I asked that's all in my brain, and I'm like, okay, this is what I did, and I'm like, what did you do, Trevor? He crash landed, went back and found the goblin lady. I didn't find her at all. He did a completely different quest line. He's on a completely different area of the map. He hasn't
That's
seen a
dope.
single thing that I have seen. And I'm
Mhm.
35 hours in. I haven't seen anything that he's talking about. And this is
That's
just the
crazy.
first act because it's broken up into acts.
Now, as someone who's completely ignorant to anything Baldur's Gate or
Mhm.
Dungeons and Dragons and shit like that, is it like action gameplay or is it like turn based? Like what is it?
So it's turn
How do you
based.
do?
It's a turn-based top-down game. When you're
Mhm.
not in combat, you can just click around and go wherever you want, kind of RuneScape style, if that makes sense.
Okay, all right, all right. I know the
But
RuneScape.
then when it comes to combat, you roll for initiative, so there's not an actual dice roll. Like it does like a one in the background, pretty much. Like it's like here's your dice roll. We added your initiative to it. This is where you are in the initiative, and then at the top of the screen, it shows you and your enemies and your party, and when you'll go, and then you just
Okay.
gotta plan out your moves 1 second, one turn at a time. Each turn is I think 3 seconds for the whole round. That's
Mhm.
like kind of how they break it down. Where it's like in D&D, I think that's how it is too. So you go into turn-based mode every single time you do your turn fully through the whole entire cast of characters that are in initiative. That's three
Mhm.
seconds that just happened in combat. And then the
Okay.
next round, that's another 3 seconds. X, Y, Z, continue.
Okay. All right. Got
So,
you.
and it's a lot of like luck based stuff because you're rolling to attack every single time. Those rolls are in the background, just happening for you, whether or not you're gonna miss or not. You have like a 50% chance to hit someone, or sometimes you get advantage. If you snuck up on them, you'll
Mhm.
get to roll the dice twice and do that. And then there's a lot of conversation that has to be done too, and persuading people and romance. And you could just straight up say fuck you to someone and just start a fight if you wanted
Right.
to. So many things, stealing
A lot of
stuff.
liberties you can take.
You can do literally anything you want in this game. Um,
Mhm.
so like there was a dude in I found this cave and I didn't know what it was, but it turned out it was like a bunch of people that I had helped prior that were like gathering all their shit together so that they could
Mhm.
escape to go to Baldur's Gate, which is like the gate to the city. And there was a painter in there, and I'm a bard, so like I'm a
Right.
musician and artist. And fucking, we start talking. He's like, they kidnapped me. Can you please like buy me from them so that like I can get home to my wife because like I was just out on the road painting and they pretty much kidnapped and enslaved me. And I'm like, got you. So I casted a spell, which is like friend. It's literally the spell's called Friends with the dude
Mhm.
who was like the dickhead that owns him. And I'm like, you should just let him go. And he's like, yeah, I should just let him go. You're right, man. And I got advantage on the roll. And he's like, yeah,
Oh,
you
that's
can go,
dope.
man. No big deal. As opposed
Mhm.
to spending 200 gold to just buy him and then just let him run away. But
I like that.
yeah, there's like so many options of what to do.
Mhm.
There's encounters that can happen that you're unexpected with. Like I was in the Underdark, which is an area that's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it. It's a higher level area, but it's also like it's not super bad because I'm all level 4 with all my characters. And I
Mhm.
was making my way through the tunnels, and I saw down this like ladder that I needed to go to get to the next area. There's a fucking minotaur just like casually strolling,
Just
like,
chilling there.
yeah, he's just walking and like doing his, his path, because video
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so how do I go about this? So I hit the ungroup button so that my group doesn't follow me and I can move each person one at a time to set them up where I want. And then I have my guy run out and just shoot a fucking arrow at his head. And then initiative happens. I got lucky. All of my team members were like right after me, and they just
Mhm.
went and rained hellfire down on him with advantage. He had 75 health compared to my 20. We killed him in 2 turns,
Oh
and it was
shit.
so fucking sick. And I was like, "Damn, that
I can
was
see how that could
fun."
be really satisfying.
Oh, it's so good. And then another thing that sucks about it, I will say, it's not that it sucks, but it's thing you can die. Like you can just straight up lose. And when that
Mhm.
happens, you have to go back to your previous load. Saving the game whenever something like goes the way that you would like it to go is imperative. So like if you get through a
I can see that.
conversation and you're like, I like the way that went, save your fucking game. If you
Mhm.
didn't like the way it went, load your previous save and try it again if you want to. If
Yeah.
that's what you're about. I've done that maybe once just because I was like I really hated the way that something outcome happened. I was like I don't like that at all. We're going back because that's
Yeah.
just not even fun. Um so I went back and I reset it and just went through the same way but got the outcome I wanted. I'm like, okay, cool. Now I save and
Yeah.
then I project from there.
Mhm.
So it's super fun. I've done a bunch of shit that I probably shouldn't have done yet at this level, but it's cool, man. It's fucking cool.
Nice.
Also, everyone is horny in it. Every single character is horny.
Yeah. Twitter has been hitting me over the head with the horniness of Baldur's Gate.
Dude, I feel like when you have your dialogue options, it's either like a middle ground answer where you're just getting more information, an answer where you're like, fuck you, I'm gonna kill you right here and right now, or hey, you trying to fuck right now? Just right here. Are you trying to fuck? And that's the gist of the game, to say the least. But that's D&D as well, kind of, to be fair. You
um, who was talking to me about that? My homie that I added to the Discord, Cryptic. She's been all into it because she's a huge in D&D. She came into Discord wanting to play D&D, so she's
and we
been
never
playing
knew that.
this.
I'm sorry if you do listen.
I don't think she listens. Um, she she's been playing this all in on this because
Yeah,
of the D&D aspect of it. So she was
fun,
in at
man.
work talking about it. Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like you'd have a good time with it. It's one of those games though where I don't think that you would love it, if that makes sense, because the tactics of it, it's not super fun and it fucks up some, like, it's still got issues that happen. Like I've had a couple
Yeah.
times where I've just been like, this is fucking bullshit, I'm uninstalling it, but I'm not. Um
That's how you
but
felt though.
yeah, it was one of those moments where it's like I didn't save and then like my party got fucking one shot by something that I didn't even know was coming, and I had to load back to my save, and it was like an hour back, and I'm like, dude, I've been sitting here. It's 3 a.m. Like like from 2 a.m. to 3 a.m. is gone now. I just wasted the time I could have had to sleep. Now I have to redo all that again.
It's funny that you say that now because I either got, was it a Snap or a TikTok? Something you interacted with me on. I think it might have been Instagram. You sent me something on there. And this morning I saw it, but I noticed the time said like it was close. It was like 2:40 something in the morning.
Yeah, man.
I was like, what the fuck?
That's me on Baldur's Gate fucking doing my shit. But yeah, besides Baldur's Gate 3, the final thing that I've been playing, which I neglected to talk about last week, I think, is Call of Duty. For the Call of Duty League that I'm in, we have gotten stopped every game.
Did you get a
we
shitty
played.
partner again?
Well, it's not that he was shitty. So here's the thing. I kind of talked to you about this and also Uniguff about this because they brought in someone to play for them.
Mhm.
And the person that came in had no idea what they were getting into. In the sense that they thought that they were going to be playing Shipment Team Deathmatch. Which, like,
Well,
I guess that's a fine...
I'm assuming it just wasn't communicated to them what
they were
was
not
expected.
given any sort of information of what Call of Duty League was, or the fact that you can't have certain guns, you can't use attachments, there's this and that. There's only 3 game modes you play, and those 3 game modes are ones that he never played before. And I was like, man, and it's not... Here's the thing. I was mad at the time because I'm just like, dude, please. But at the same time, he was set up for failure. So I can't be mad at him. I can be mad, but I'm not gonna. But at least the first week too, we got rolled as well because fucking they just keep drop shotting, and I fucking hate drop shotting in Call of Duty. If you don't know what drop shotting it is, it's practically where you see someone, like if Ant and I are like walking on 2 ends of a hallway and converge, it would be we both start shooting at each other at the same time, but then I go immediately prone. So that it's a harder time for him to hit me, even though technically my head is perfectly in line where you're aiming. And it works for no reason, and I fucking hate it, and it's cheesy, and it's bad, and if you do it, you're bad. Sorry, that's just the way it is. If you're just doing that, you're telling me that you're bad at Call of Duty. That's what you're telling me. In my mind.
What they're doing.
But they kicked our ass. I did get a couple of clips, players. I got clips of I put them in Discord, our Discord, I believe, too. For some reason, they were calling
Kingly.
Kingly or Kingsley, one of the two.
Yeah, Kingly.
I was like, how the fuck did they get there?
That's
from my name?
Kingly. I don't know.
I don't know. It's funny, but then they posted one of the clips on their own fucking like YouTube page because they stream it every single time it goes live.
Yeah.
And I was like, bruh, like, what the fuck? Also,
why
like, my name doesn't even look like that, too. Like, that's it's C King Jr., like JR. Nobody
I don't know where they got
Kingly ever read Kingly from that. And I was like, what the fuck are we doing? But it's fine. I'll take the name. Maybe that's my new gamer tag the next time I need to update it. Kingly. I kind of like Kingsley, though, because that's a character from Critical Role. I could steal that.
Not bad, too.
Yeah. But what have you been playing, Ant? That's my life.
More Zelda. That's my reading a book. That's like my reading a book, going to bed game. Like that's like I'm sleepy. I'm gonna pick up Zelda for 30 minutes before I fall asleep.
Hell yeah! Anything cool happened so far in the playthroughs these weeks?
Man, I've been on my way to this town for like 3 days, but shit just keeps like, oh, there's a shrine. Oh, there's a golem monster. I have to fight you. And then, oh, there's more depths. I'm going into the depths. I was like, it was one point I said vocally. Adrian, of course, didn't know what I was talking about. And I'm just playing, and I'm just like, I'm never going to get to this town. I'm never going to get there. I'm never going to get anywhere in this game because I'm doing everything that's in the middle of everything.
That's
but
kind
it's
of the
all
beauty
so
of it.
distracting and so interesting. Honestly, I'm in the zero rush to ever beat this. Like
Alright.
this could just be my like idle, not idle, obviously, but when I'm idle game that I just pick up and play a little bit and put it down. That's what it's become.
In comparison to the original,
Mm-hmm.
what would you say your feelings are of it? Obviously, there's more to do, and there's
It's just
a lot more.
more of it.
Do
The
you think it's
first one,
better though?
I don't.
Because I'm in the opinion that it's not better. That's just from watching a Game Grumps playthrough. To be fair, so my opinion isn't that
But it's so
great.
much of the same
That's why.
and
Yeah.
more of it that it's hard for me to say it's not. It's just as good. But you know what? I could see since I played the first one to death.
Yeah.
Going into this is just like I'm just doing more of this. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, there's more of it. Like now you can not only do the mainland, but you can do underground and above ground. So there's just it's the first one. They just put more shit in it.
So do you think that by adding more quantity to the game, it affected the quality at all, or is it the same quality? Do you think? 'Cause I thought in my mind when I'm watching it, I'm like, this looks like the exact same game to me, just with some really really big DLC. Like that's
I
what
mean, I
it
guess you can
looks
call
like.
it that. It's gigantic. You know what? The stuff they've added is more than DLC, I'll say. It's more flushed out than like if this was DLC, the DLC would cost as much as the whole. It's too much shit to call it
Yeah,
DLC.
for sure.
But as far as like aesthetics, yeah, it's just it
Mhm.
looks the same.
Yeah.
It's the exact same engine, exact same art, exact same animations. Just more areas, different new weapons, and new things to fuck around with.
Is it really new weapons though, or is it just weapons stacked on top of other weapons?
No, because there's an entirely new, I don't know what to call it. A
Weapon set.
new, yes. It's like whatever the Zonai stuff is.
Who
Like
dat?
they have weapons that are made of that. Like you can't just pick that up somewhere. Like there's new, there's new weapons. Period.
Okay.
Like to the point where I don't even know. I'm so early on. I don't even know where the Master Sword comes in it. Like it's just
Oh
like I just
shit.
have all this new shit.
Damn. It's also funny because I feel like the Master Sword might not even be worth a damn once you get it. 'Cause it's like, dude, I have a fucking minecart on my shield. What the fuck do I need with a Master Sword, yo?
I built a dragon plane that drops bombs on shit. I didn't actually do that, but you can do that in the game. What are you doing?
There's a puppy right down there. You can see
Oh,
in this
I thought
camera.
something was
Sorry.
happening.
You didn't see the. No, she's just fucking conked, dude. She's asleep, which is crazy.
She had a long day. She worked hard.
Boy, oh boy, did she. All that
But
fucking shit.
that's really it. Like there's so many games about to come out that it's I'm it's too much, man. I'm over. I can't keep up with everything.
I feel
I
that.
downloaded a bunch of Steam stuff like over the last weeks. The games that I've already spoken about on here.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't touched one. I'd like next week. No. Is it next week? I think it's next week. Next week we get the no 2 weeks. 2 weeks we get the damn the Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge DLC.
Yep.
That RPG I've been talking about forever. That Sea of Stars comes out. The Chrono Trigger-esque Steam game that comes out the same day as Turtle. It's like, what am I supposed to do? How will I ever play all these games I've been looking forward to?
Don't worry,
And
there's
then,
just more coming after that.
yeah, because if I decide to get Mortal Kombat, I think that's next month. There's
Yeah.
something else that comes out next month that's escaping me right now. And then what? Spidey's in October,
Yeah.
along with Sonic for me, Sonic and Mario.
Same day, right? For Sonic and Spidey as well. Still.
No, Mario and Spidey's
Oh,
the
it's
same
Mario
day.
and Spidey.
Sonic, the rumored date, it comes out earlier that week, like when Tuesday or something.
There's
I'm like,
no
what?
way.
What am I supposed to do? It's so great and so aggravating. It's honestly, I think I'm to the point where it's more aggravating than it is cool.
Yeah. It's almost like to the point where it's like you need to request off like a full fucking week. And like even then you won't hit everything just because, Brendan's gonna be like, fuck you.
I need to be off for a month.
Honestly, yeah.
Like there's no way. There's no way. Like even you can take the Brendan aspect out of it.
Yeah.
There's too much shit at one time.
I agree.
And it's all like good.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great fucking year for video games and a terrible one at the same time because it's practically impossible to play everything. But then if you do play everything, you spent so much fucking money on games.
Yeah.
Because they're all like $60, $70 games, most of them. Unless they're like the Steam games and shit, but like still, like damn, man.
Like Nintendo has those voucher things you can get now where it's like you could buy each game for I guess $60, but you could also they can buy these vouchers as 2 games for $100. So I'm gonna use that to get Sonic and Mario.
Smart. Watch
and
them
then
be like not allowed. It's like a little asterisk like you cannot use it on Mario or Sonic.
I will punch Nintendo in the face. Somehow. Then like Spider-Man, my brother got this for my birthday, and I'm gonna like wait till Spider-Man comes out. He got me a little $25 PlayStation gift card around my birthday. No, he got it for Father's Day. I was like, all right. And as soon as he got it for me, I was like, well, this is going towards Spider-Man. I'm gonna hold on to that till that time comes.
Oh yeah.
So that's what that's gonna go to. So that week alone is how much is Spider-Man? 70, I'm sure. So it's what? No, wait. What's the digital deluxe? Is it 80 or is it 70?
It would be 80 or 90. I can't remember the exact amount.
So right now, let's say 80 right now.
Yeah.
That week alone cost me $180.
That's if they allow you to use the coupon.
Oh, they're
Here's the thing, man. I don't want to make you not get your hopes up, but like
it'll be a $200 week.
Yeah, man, because like they're gonna do some bullshit where they're like that, where they're like you can't use it on a game that came out this week or some shit.
Well, no, you can get that voucher anytime. Why can't I just?
But you can't use it.
They
on
need to let me use
items.
it. They let me use it to pre-order the games.
I mean, if that's a possibility, you should do that now before they revoke it, because they're gonna hear this and then fuck you over.
Well, it's a thing they just offer like permanently. You just go on the store and buy the voucher if you pick 2 games to buy with it. But like, and there's games I'm forgetting. Like I said, it's just ridiculous. Yeah. When it gets to like, and good thing, you know what? Good thing I'm not like super high. Like I'm not a Baldur's Gate person.
Yeah,
because then it'd be ridiculous. And then not to mention like, what if I wanted to delve into like Call of Duty this year? I'm not gonna have time to do that shit. Oh, fucking Starfield. Chris, what? And the review codes for Starfield for like reviewers they're playing it now, and the embargo is up next week. I think isn't that September, Starfield?
I think that's next month, yeah. But that's Game Pass though. So
it's not the point. It's just how.
Well, I mean, at least the money aspect is a little bit better,
Yeah, money aspect is a lot better. But
yeah. You don't have to feel bad about not playing Starfield because you didn't pay for it. You're just paying for Xbox Live.
But Starfield is like a huge I gotta at least dip into Starfield for a second. I gotta see what that's gonna be like. Yeah. But man,
I don't think my PC is gonna be able to run it.
Really?
I don't think so. But I'll try. We'll see what happens.
Fuck it. Save up some. Get like a Series S. They're like,
all
right.
I will never in my life buy an Xbox. Because I am not buying Xbox Live. I refuse. Because I already have Game Pass, and they're not the same thing, apparently. I've learned.
No, they are the same thing now.
Since when?
What are
I
you
think it was
talking
3
about? We
weeks
we
ago.
said that on this show. We
Yeah.
broke it all down. What are you
I
talking
remembered
about?
it immediately. Remember
We
that?
said it out of our own mouths.
Yeah, it was like less than a month ago too. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, man.
Since
Ooh.
when?
Since fucking when?
Answer me.
Well,
I don't. That's the game I was forgetting. That was the September game. I was like, I know there's something else in there.
yeah, Star motherfucking Field. Man, it's too good this year. Game Awards are gonna be very interesting to say the least. I'm curious to see what gets up on the lists and whatnot.
Since Spider-Man comes out before November, I'm assuming that's still eligible.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's going to be between my guess for games of the year. It's going to be Zelda, Spider-Man, Starfield, and Baldur's Gate.
And Dave the Diver.
Maybe it could be Dave the Diver because
I think that's
going to
be
lot of
in
attention
the best indie category.
for sure. For sure, I
there's
feel
a
like
part of
Dave
me
the
that
Diver
wants it
could
to
actually win.
Yeah.
Huh?
I want it to win, but I don't know. There's a
I
lot
can
of
see
good
it winning.
indies that came out this year.
Yeah. But I think those are going to be like the four, like the pillars of game of the years.
Yeah.
I like for my own personal taste, I'd be like, I could see, even though we haven't played it yet, Spider-Man. I can't see, like, I can't see that not being game of the year, but then that's just me because this Baldur's Gate thing is humongous right now.
Yeah. I feel like Baldur's Gate, while it's not the exact same as Elden Ring, is having the Elden Ring effect where it's like people are realizing how crazy good it is. Like,
Mhm.
it got the initial hype because it's been fucking, what's it called? Pre-alpha for years now, and
Mhm.
people have played it for God knows how long, and now that it's finally out, those people are playing it and loving it. Then people are seeing those people play it and be like, "Holy shit, what is this?" And then there's people like me that are like, "I like D&D," and I spend money on it, and I'm fucking
True
35
that.
hours in, and feel
Right.
like I'm the lowest level plebe in the game.
We're still
You
having
know,
a great time though.
you know what my character's name is?
Bungie Snotcock.
It's Darlick D's.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there.
Yeah. Speaking of that, for people who are part of the Patreon and maybe aren't part of the Patreon, we're gonna make each other's characters in Baldur's Gate for a
We are.
Patreon episode coming soon. We're gonna do both Ant and I the most realistic as possible, and then we're gonna make Ant a character that's just like whatever he thinks is the coolest, and we're just gonna see what they are. So
I like that. That's
subscribe to
fun.
the Patreon.
Oh shit!
Oh shit!
And then for me, the Mario RPG remake. Chris, how am I going to play all this shit?
Here's the thing.
The second half of the year, they just made games for me.
I don't want to be that guy, but like a remake of a game that you've already played.
I know.
You already know what
this
it
so bad.
is.
True. That can be at the bottom, even though
Yeah.
it'll be like looking me in the face.
Here's the thing. I
But-
feel like that's a game that you still buy when it comes out, but it's one that you don't need to play anytime soon. If that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like it's something that you've been clamoring for, something you've wanted. You've already beaten this game in your life. You know what it's gonna be. It's just gonna look prettier. That's it.
True.
So it's not like a bad thing. It's not a good thing. It's just it's there, and that's fine. I think that's just my opinion. I don't want to, you know. To be fair, we're all buying too many games now at this point. Hashtag add too many games. Go to the convention. We didn't.
I'm never gonna like. I'm not beating Zelda until 2024. Because I feel like all this other stuff's gonna come out, and I'm like, let me sit my nighttime book down and pick one of these games up and start playing that.
You're gonna have to put that PS5 up in the bedroom for Spider-Man.
I know. You're right. I'm gonna take that day off, but at the same time, no, if Brendan going to come to the basement, I'm gonna bring a playpen down here.
Yeah, get one of those like little shaky things. What do they do? They look like a half of an egg, and you put them in there, and it goes like this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, get one of those Jones. Either that, or one of those wheels for hamsters.
I'm just put him, and knowing him, he'd enjoy it. I'm just gonna put him in front of the TV and be like, learn about Spider-Man. Here we go.
Yeah.
Sit right there.
Also, like, tell me that you wouldn't have so much fucking fun if there was a human-sized hamster wheel in front of you.
Oh, I'd
Like,
jump
that'd
right
be
in.
yeah, that'd be fun as shit. No matter who you are, that is fun.
Yeah, you
I've
got
never
to
seen
you
it,
got to
though.
do it.
But yeah, I think that's everything for what we played this week. Blue Beetle
Mm.
comes out this week, but we'll talk about that in the news. I saw
Mhm.
TMNT. That was slick.
Oh yeah.
I almost didn't make it.
What do you mean?
So my movie was at 10:15 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up at 9:40.
Mm.
So the theater where I go to, it's close enough where like I was like, I can do this. Showered 2 minutes out of the shower. Fed the dogs another fucking 5-10 minutes. Booked it out the door, sped down the highway, got to there.
Mm-hmm.
Previews didn't even start yet, dude.
Oh yeah, you killed it.
Dude, I fucking got there. I had my Donatello figure in my pocket too.
I saw.
I forgot to tell the story as well because this was a traumatic event. I kind of repressed it. So, as y'all know, I've been going to the gym a lot more frequently, and I've lost a decent bit of weight. And with that comes clothing maybe not fitting the same way that it used to, which is, fine. Personally, I didn't think about it, so I just put on a pair of shorts, and I had my wallet, my phone, my keys, and a Donatello figure in my pocket. That's all I had. And I stand up at the end of the movie after the post-credit scene, and the lights go on. The worker comes in to clean up all the popcorn from the children that fucking throw it all over the floor and shit. And I'm at the very top row in the corner. And I stand up, and my shorts fall. And I'm just standing there in my drawers.
Excited you were.
And I made eye contact with that worker. And I fucking yeeted that shit up, grabbed Donnie because I was posing him to take a picture with him, and ran out the exit for the handicapped people so I didn't have to pass that person.
Fuck that guy.
Yes,
We're
but
about
also
passing him.
they saw my undies, yo.
You go back there and he's just like, I remember you and your
Well, here's
underwear.
the thing. I'm there enough that he probably does. Like, I go because I have that AMC A-list thing. So, like, I go a lot. He's always behind the concession stand. I get the same thing every time. I'm like Doug Funny. I'm the cartoon character that walks in and does the same thing every single time.
What do you get?
Shit. Every single time I get, well, it's one of two things. I get the pretzel bites, but I get the everything bagel ones because those are fucking fire. Or mac and cheese bites if I got some time to wait. Because they take like 10 minutes and they don't keep them, ready, I guess. But yeah, that's my shit every time. And a large drink because when you're an AMC A-list member, you get a large drink for the cost of a medium drink.
Where did I see this? Was it TikTok? Where medium and large is a scam?
Probably.
Something about like if you pour out your medium drink, maybe it wasn't the movies. It was somewhere where like you can fit all the large of liquid into the medium.
I think it might be Starbucks. It was like a viral
it was
thing
somewhere
for a while. I don't know if it was like legit or someone like debunked it. I think it was there's the two dudes on TikTok. There's one who's like, my name's X, my name's Ivy, and this is Factor Cap. That goes.
I've seen Factor Cap, yeah.
Yeah,
I've never seen that one, but
yeah, those are like the guys. They're party shirt, like DJs that do it. Yeah, TikTok. I'm on there too much. But it's time to get to the news.
News time.
News bumper. I didn't click it. Fuck.
Let's get to the news.
Welcome to Say Before Quitting News. How you doing?
Good.
It's time to run down a bunch of kind of not video game news. We got a decent bit in there, but not as much as, there would be normally. Starting off,
we can blast through this.
CLD posted the next South Park video game that was announced. South Park Snow Day. Posted the reveal trailer in the Discord if you'd like to go watch the video of that. I played the first one. and I got the second one on pre-order at GameStop, but never bought it. If that makes
Well,
sense.
I don't think this is like has anything to do with those games.
No, but Cartman is dressed like he is in
Yeah,
the Stick of Truth, though, I
yeah.
believe. So that's
It's
why
a
I immediately
completely
thought about it.
different developer too. Like it's not even made by what was that? Was that Ubisoft? No, it's
I don't
THQ,
know.
obviously, but I forgot who. Either way, it's not made by the same developer. It's a completely different type of. I think it's like a multiplayer shooter.
Yeah, it's also
Just in the
3D, which is
yeah,
interesting. But I'm probably gonna maybe play. I like South Park. I don't know. South
yeah.
Park is still fun to me, even though some
They
of the
make
jokes
fun
are
games like
yeah.
South Park.
Co-op multiplayer.
Yeah, co-op multiplayer game.
Interesting.
It's
Next
fucking
gen.
what's the DC game that never came out? Um,
Suicide Squad killed the Justice League.
it's that, but it's South Park.
They just didn't put the purple orbs in there.
Right, and they knew better. Wow, it's crazy we bring that up. That game legitimately just didn't come out.
Yeah, they pushed it back for 2 years, I think.
It was 2 years?
I think it's 2 years that they pushed it back because they were like it's indefinitely, but then there was like like rumors that it'd be 2 years from now once they completely overhauled the game to be actually something that's good.
That's crazy
Yeah,
that happened.
we'll never see the light of day of Kevin Conroy's final performance.
It's a damn shame.
Damn shame. What's up next, Ant? It's nothing crazy, right?
Oh, just something called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin. They announced this 3 months ago that they were working on this, and this is the first well, it's a teaser of the game. There's no release date as of yet.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you a little like if you're paying attention to the trailer, they show you how each one of the turtles died. Besides, if you know the story, besides Michelangelo, pretty much,
Yeah.
and he's out to like avenge them.
It's funny too,
And
because like in my mind, I feel like the best turtle to be that would be Raph. You know, like the last Ronin, but it's like Mikey takes over Raph's like personality almost, kinda.
yeah,
I dig
pretty
that.
much. I mean, I guess you would if your brothers died.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like you're not the party dude anymore. You're not skateboarding. You're literally murdering people.
Right. It's like a no holds barred thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think because this is developed by. I mean, it's published by THQ, but it's developed by Black Forest Games. I'm trying to see what games they did. So they did Destroy All Humans.
That gives me a vote of confidence, even though it probably shouldn't for how dark this game should be. I just love Destroy All Humans.
I've never played it. I heard people
Such
love
a
it. I just
goofy
never played
game.
it.
I remember playing that on the PS2 so much.
Well, they don't have many games. They have Destroy All Humans, Destroy All Humans 2, Fade to Silence. I don't know what that is. The Gianna Sisters, Twisted Dreams, and Rogue Stormers. Rogue Stormers is one of those names that just sounds like every game.
Yeah,
We're playing
not
Rogue
familiar.
Stormers? Yeah, it's everything. But
Well,
I mean, as far as the teaser and the art at the end goes, it looks like it could be cool. The story is already cool. So
yeah,
they said it's God of War-esque. That's what the I think the write-up said, but
that could work. I could see.
I
that.
guess we're going to see.
There's a part of me that wishes that it was a little less God of War and more Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, it would be dope too.
But I'll wait until we see some gameplay like years from now.
Yeah.
Next up, there was a leaked picture of the PS5 Slim or whatever they're gonna call it, according to you.
Because
and
it's been rumored that it's slim or it's just going to be one with a detachable disc drive. Like, I'm waiting just for them to be like, all right, what the hell is this thing?
yeah, this thing. I'm glad I got my PS5 because this is it's on the keto diet, man. This thing looks like it needs like a sandwich, you know?
I don't understand because if you look at like the video I posted, it looks like you could just slide that drive off. I guess that's that little slit in the middle of it. I guess.
Uh,
Obviously, we know nothing yet.
It almost looks like it's like the way the plates work, but you can just take the plate off and it's an entire disk drive. And then you could put on like a side that's flat instead of having the disk drive. Like you have options maybe.
Yeah, I guess.
That's interesting though. I mean that is actually kind of interesting as like a piece of technology. I don't understand why they're cut in half though. You know what I mean? Like down the middle
Yeah,
and
me
not
neither.
just like full plates. That's kind of weird. But
It is.
whatever. If it gets the PS5 into more people's hands so that they can stop making PS4 demakes, then I'm fine. That's
That
all I care about.
PS4 has to retire soon, man. Like, what the hell?
Dude,
How long has PS5 been out? Are we? This is the third year,
third year.
man.
We believe in
Generations are only
generations.
6 to 10 years. And they're half the life of the system. Wow. At this point, I keep saying it. They need to make this generation be the longest one because I feel like it still hasn't really started. It didn't kickstart yet.
But don't you know that the PS6 is on its way?
We had that rant so much so that I had to put it on fucking TikTok.
Yeah, I saw that today. Oh man. Well,
Just ridiculous.
it's coming soon. Somebody wants it, go fucking get it.
Yeah.
What we
Rumor
got
has
next?
it there will be another PlayStation event between now and September.
Sure. Show us shitty fucking whatever. I still want to get the one controller that they showed for accessibility. That one I think
Mhm.
looks interesting, and I kind of want to fuck around with it. I think
I
it'd
ain't
be
mad at
like
that.
an interesting tool, if that makes sense. Like, you know what I
That
mean?
makes sense. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what for yet, but I see it and I'm like, there's potential here for like
Right.
me to do
Some
something with
fuckery
it.
can happen.
Yeah, I can fuck around and find out real quick with this shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, what do we got up next, Dan?
Up next. WWE and Fortnite. Everything we know about what's happening with that. The skins is Bianca Belair and Beck Lynch. Both skins.
It's Becky, but they typoed it.
I'm about
It's
to
not
say
it's not
I
on you.
read that correctly, right?
Well, like you,
Um
it's kind of funny because even you, when you said it, you were like Beck Lynch. Like you
because
kind,
it felt wrong. It felt like that wasn't the now that you're saying it's supposed to be Becky. I'm like, all right.
yeah, it's Becky Lynch. They're okay. They're
Um
not good.
the wrestlers or what?
So here's the. I'm not a huge fan of Bianca Belair. I know that is a travesty, and a CLD is probably gonna be pissed at me for that one. But I'm just not a huge fan of her. I just don't
Mm-hmm.
dig her thing. Her thing is that she's got a ponytail and she like whips people with it and spins it around and whatnot. And
Mm-hmm.
then Becky's good because she had like one good storyline where she became the man. Like she was Becky Lynch, the man, and that was her whole gimmick.
Uh-huh.
And this isn't even the outfit from when she was the man. And then the fucking dude, the stupid pickaxes they gave them are garbage. And there's only one emote. They only give one fucking emote of them holding up a belt. Meanwhile, Bianca Belair spins her fucking hair around. You don't give us a fucking emote of that?
Yeah, I guess that seems like a humongous oversight.
Yeah, like John Cena got this in his music. Like obviously
True.
Becky, there's not much to do when it comes to like an emote or anything, but Bianca Belair should have had a fucking spinning hair emote. I don't give a fuck, Fortnite. Get your shit together. I'm not buying it either way, but I'm mad about it.
Spend the money.
It's big time Bex, bro. I know, but I don't like the big time Bex version of Becky. I like the man Becky. That was a good story. Big time
Yep.
Bex sucked. Frankie in the chat.
Word.
Yeah. Also,
Do the
WrestleMania
thing.
tickets went live 2 days ago. Jesus Christ.
Take out that life savings. Rev up those fryers.
The funny part is like those were like early access tickets, and then like secondary sellers from like Grubhub, not Grubhub, StubHub and shit,
Yeah.
and
Pornhub.
fucking for the nosebleeds, the highest spot you can sit in Lincoln Financial Field. Take a guess.
$1,200.
2,000.
What?
$2,000
To sit
Per
in the
seat.
nosebleeds?
per seat. That was for the pre-sale. The actual tickets go on sale tomorrow, so they might be cheaper. me and a group of friends well, I mean, I didn't come up with the idea, but one of them, Jabberath, came up with the idea of getting an Airbnb for WrestleMania weekend, getting a bunch of people to get in for it, and then just have a weekend vacation where both Saturday and Sunday night end with WrestleMania, but Friday and like maybe if you want to stay there till Monday or whatever, and it's all we could just hang out at a cool Airbnb. There was one that had an arcade in it and shit, and a pool
Beautiful.
table and a poker table. So, needless to say, I think that's a better play than being in the nosebleeds, having to deal with traffic or a subway or how many people are there when I could just, go to a cool Airbnb and hear commentary the whole time and watch it in HD.
True that. I'm for sure going to Wale Mania that Friday. Oh yeah, Wale Mania. I didn't. He is still doing that. He did that last year, right, Frankie?
What's he do? Like a little concert or something, or like an event?
Yeah, he does it for around WrestleMania. I'm pretty sure that's
Nice.
how it goes.
He used to like be on WWE for a while. I forget when it was.
Mm.
Maybe like 2 years ago. Like Wale was on a decent bit, if I remember correctly. And I think he had like a segment with New Day, if I'm correct.
Probably.
I think. But yeah, man. I think that here's the thing. As much as I'd love to go physically to WrestleMania, I ain't spending over $500 on a ticket for something like that. That ain't happening.
It's fucking money, dog.
Yeah.
And I think they know they do that now because they know they can.
Yeah.
People will still buy them up.
100%. It's funny too because like they're kind of like setting up storylines and shit too for like Philly at the moment where this new douchebag character Grayson Waller went to one of the Eagles like training practices and gave a title belt to the dude that does the podcast. I forget what his name is. Kelsey, I think. The guy with the beard.
I don't know.
He's one of the he has a brother that he faced in the Super Bowl when we lost last year. Blah blah blah. XYZ. Sport. But he went there and he gave him like a custom WWE belt with like Eagles belt like plates and shit, and he kind of like was doing his dick character to like be like, yeah man, you need the Grayson roller rub, you need to get like famous from me and shit because he's Australian, and I'm like 99% sure that the Eagles are going to be at WrestleMania and be in like multiple spots and kick this dude's ass.
Philly is going to like be jizzing on itself that day.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'd love to go, but I ain't spending that kind of money. Ain't happening.
2,000's a lot of money.
Yeah. Way too much money. Way too much for a nosebleed. Next up in the news, though, we got some good news. Scott Pilgrim, the official teaser trailer from Netflix, was shown off, and it looks fucking good.
It looks so beautiful. So great. I can't wait. The amount of times I've watched that movie, I'm gonna like run to this when it comes out to watch it.
Dude, it's crazy how good this looks because it's almost like like when you in your brain you're like how cool it would be if they made this and then they make it and it looks cooler than what you thought of.
Yeah,
I mean? Like
that's I love when that happens.
It fucking is insane. It looks cool. It looks fucking great. I can't say enough good things about this.
For sure.
Damn.
We are Sex Bomb, Chris.
Yeah. They got like so many cast members back too, and it's for a video game nonetheless. From a movie.
Lovely. It's amazing.
I love it.
I'm looking at it. Yeah, everybody's in this.
Yep. That's all I can say. It's fucking cool. Next up, you get to gush about stuff that's cool.
I do get to gush. Next up, Shredder's Revenge. The DLC is coming. Dimension Shell Shock. We got yet another revealed character in what is her name? Again, I'm getting to it now. Sorry, 1 second when I load it. Karai, my bad.
Is she a popular character or is she like
She's pretty popular. She became even more popular when the TMNT movie came out, which was like the fourth Turtle movie, the 3D animated movie. Then she was in the she had a big part in the 3D animated cartoon, Nickelodeon cartoon. Um, I haven't watched a lot of the recent cartoon, but yeah, she's popular. She's Shredder's daughter.
Oh, okay.
For those who don't know,
It was me. I didn't know. Uh, oh, dude, I just saw the comic art versions of them where they're like all
oh my
white with like
god,
colors.
I cannot.
That's such a cool stage. That's
They have
like
the 8-bit versions of them, like
that looks very cool.
so.
And
I'm just see. This isn't a huge undertaking. Like I know it's a bunch of stuff coming out, but I can like blast through this and just have some
yeah,
fun.
I didn't even beat the first one. I like the beginning of the game, like the main story, because I was just like, this is just really good, and I'll come back to it eventually. But I'm in no rush to beat this.
Nah, this is just like one of those old reliable things you could just turn on one day to just veg out and blast through.
Dude, this dog is knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, man, hard day at the coal mines.
I had to give her a little bit of a pet to make sure their eyes opened because I was like, "You look like
You
a,
still here?
you're looking like a little bit of a corpse there, bud."
No, are you still with us? With the living?
Oh yeah. Next
But
up
that
in
is
the
that.
news.
Comes out August 31st.
Hell yeah.
So we'll hear before you know it.
Next up, the
Next up, Chris.
reviews of Blue Beetle have been making their way to the interwebs. One of them came from GameSpot. That was the first one that Ant saw, and it was a scathing review to say the least.
Yeah.
With a 3 out of 10, I believe, or was it 3 out of 5?
Their score goes to 10.
Yeah, so they practically said it was shit. Quoted by saying, "It is a really bad year for DC Studios. Shazam 2 and The Flash were bad movies that both flopped. And now we've got Blue Beetle, a film that has the look and the feel of a big Arrowverse crossover event on the CW. We're sorry to say that the state of DC hasn't improved at all with this movie." Which is crazy to me, because like when I read that, I was like, this doesn't look like The Flash or Shazam 2 at all. Like this looks like a
Mhm.
departure from the DCEU into the DCU because this is the first DCU movie,
Right.
like technically. And
Yeah.
then the other reviews started coming out, and we're like, okay, so
Yeah.
GameSpot's an idiot.
What the fuck? It's
Yeah.
completely different.
Needless to say, it's getting, I wouldn't want to say average reviews, but like, B, C
It's getting like
gradings.
B's. Yeah,
Yeah.
like you're getting like B, like 7s, 8s, stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I love this character. I love Jaime. I loved him in fucking Injustice 2 and in Young Justice. He was fun and his story is cool. So I'm glad to see it. I'm very curious to see how goofy George Lopez is in it because he seems like he literally got paid to be his character from the George Lopez show, but like more cartoonish in some scenes. But
Yeah.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited for it. Another review came from someone over on TikTok, gave it an 8 out of 10.
3C
So,
Films.
needless to say, it looks like it might be good. I might see it on Sunday, but we'll see what happens.
Word. All right.
think it's the
Last
last thing.
but
Yeah.
not least, Entertainment Weekly reports David Yost is returning to the Power Rangers TV series for the first time in more than 25 seasons. Get an exclusive first look at his Blue Ranger Billy in Cosmic Fury. Is Cosmic Fury the new Power Ranger show?
Yeah,
I'm assuming so.
it's like the next, one that's coming
Okay.
out. Whichever.
Gotcha.
I don't know. They kind of. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if Frankie knows this. Maybe CLD does. But the way that it normally works because it premieres in Japan as whatever it is over there, and then America gets the footage of all the suited stuff, and then they just fill in the blanks with the American actors and whatever
Yeah.
bullshit story they're gonna do. That's the formula. But a lot of seasons were skipped from Japan because one of them, which I actually kind of liked, was Tokuger, and they were a Sentai based on trains, and in America, trains aren't really that big of a deal. Like, we have trains and it's no big deal that we have them, but in Japan, trains are like the thing. Like, that's how you
Yeah.
get the fuck around.
Yeah.
So it was like a big deal for them, and they skipped that series. And then there was one that was as well. It was Go Buster, I believe, as well. I watched that one. They were spies, and then America like took that and kind of butchered it because they skipped over the train one. I kind of fell off
Hmm.
after that, so I don't really know which one this is based on. I will say it is cool to see a female Red Ranger, because
Yeah,
we
that's
got
dope.
that once in Samurai, but it was
Mm-hmm.
like a thing where like the main dude who was the Red Ranger went away for a bit, and then his sister took over, and then he came back, and then they were both Red Rangers, and I was like, well, that doesn't count. Like only one of you can do that.
They're cheating.
You can't wear the same dress as me. Um,
I'm the fancy one.
but I'm interested to see this. I'm not gonna watch the show by any means. I'm assuming that they're gonna probably not necessarily tie it in, but with the Netflix Power Rangers movie, with what
Hmm.
Billy was up to and how he's kind of like the head of Power Rangers across like the galaxy, if that makes sense. Like he sends out the different teams to go do what they need to be
He's
done to
he's
protect the
become
worlds.
he's the intergalactic guy in the van.
Pretty much, yeah. That's very accurate to say the least. I will say that no offense to David Yost, man, but I did not like him in that Netflix movie because there's something about him where like I feel like he's not acting. Like
What do you
he doesn't
mean?
look like he's emoting at all. You know what I
It's
mean?
just yeah, he's just there collecting a check.
Like well, it's not even that he's collecting his. It's like it looks like his face doesn't have muscles.
I can see
Like
that. It looks like that in this picture.
yeah, like he'll deliver his lines, and like if you just listen to the audio of it, you're like, wow,
Mm.
that was delivered in a way where it sounds like he was sad. But then you look at a picture of his face while he was
His
saying
face
it,
is
and he's just
stone.
like he looks like a Ken doll almost,
Yeah, I can see it.
and it's not Knuff.
It's never enough. It is never
I can't wait
ever
till I wear
enough.
that hoodie on the fucking podcast when it finally comes.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm think it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna watch this season. I kind of fell off of watching Power Rangers just because it got too campy, if that makes sense. Like I feel
Did
like
it get too campy, or did you just get your taste just changed? You got older
I think it got too
because
campy because I can go back
it's
and
even
watch
more
other stuff.
campy than the old ones.
Well, the
But are
ones
you?
that
But
I
do
used to watch personally,
but do you only enjoy them because it's your nostalgia?
no, because I Power Rangers in Space, I believe has like a genuinely good story and good
All right.
acting in it. Same thing with like 3 or 4 seasons after that. And then there's one that's like Ninja Storm that was phenomenal, Dino Thunder was phenomenal, and it's just actually good. And you
Hmm.
can go back and watch these series today and it's good. It's still campy, but like it's watchable. I tried to watch ones like that are more recent, and it's gone too far into the campy, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Like they've pushed too far, and I think they need to kind of pull it back a little bit because there's still like, and I'm not trying to tell people what to and not like, but it's gotten to the point where it's like if you like Power Rangers current day stuff, it's a little bit cringe. Where it's like, really, you like that? Like they're not really doing stories anymore. Like they're kind of just like doing whatever's funny to the kids, you know?
Because even when yeah, well, that's what I was trying to say, Frankie, originally in the chat. He said taste changed. In my opinion, it was always been campy, but like when I go back, because I think we were down here. I forgot when this was 2-3 years ago. I forgot who was down here with me, but like we YouTubed like the original like Mighty Morphin, like
Well,
when I
Mighty
was
Morphin
watching it a lot.
sucks.
But watching that, I'm just like, I adored this when I was 5, 6.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, this is hard. Like it was hard to watch, but I was like, but I'm like, I'm just an adult now. Like
No, I feel
maybe
you.
maybe it just doesn't work for me in my brain anymore.
I agree with that. In my opinion, when it comes to Power Rangers, it didn't get good until they got to In Space. That was the first season where they were like, let's actually try to make something that's an actual show with like plot that matters week to week.
Nah, because I stand by
No, Mighty Morphin
Zeo
sucked.
and
Zeo sucked. Turbo was garbage.
come on, man. You can't say you. So you're telling me
Turbo
all
was
of mine
garbage.
sucked, although all of mine were
I
bad
watched
and all
them
of yours were
too.
good.
I watched them. It's not even that they're yours. I watched them as they were out, and I was like, "This sucks." And then Space came out, and I was like, Oh, they're actually trying to do something now.
When did Space come out?
Oh, fucking no. Power
Because wasn't there
Rangers
also like
in
I remember the
space.
Ninja Rangers and the
That was the Rangers of Aquitar that were in between a season of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and then they brought back the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That was a 10-episode thing. I have the DVD.
I
of
don't.
it.
I'm sorry, my brain is a blur. I don't like. It's hard for me to remember that time.
Yeah.
I was
Uh,
under 10 years old.
So In Space was 98. That was when my brother was born. And that was like perfect. That was
All right.
so
What was the
good.
one right before Space?
Turbo.
Yeah. So
It
when
sucked.
I stopped,
It
it
sucked.
all of a sudden was amazing.
You're telling me that show was at all good with that little fucking boy that turned into a full-grown man, and
I
that's
understand
fine?
that, but I was a kid. I was a kid.
I understand that. It still sucked. As a kid, when I was watching that, because to be fair, they had Turbo and Zeo on when I was a kid, and Mighty Morphin. I had all the VHS copies and shit. But then In Space came on, I was like, this is new. This is good. Holy shit. And I loved it.
Man. I'm not sitting here saying like they were all television masterpieces. Or
Oh, no,
anything.
neither am I. In Space is not a television masterpiece. It's just the first time they tried to actually make a good show.
Because
And they
Turbo
did.
is where I was done. I think after Turbo, I wasn't into Power Rangers anymore.
Yeah.
Like I outgrew it. I was like, all right, I'm on to other shit.
Dude, it was so good after Turbo. Because let me look up the lineage. You know what? The news is over, so we're switching back to regular faces for the moment.
Because Frankie is saying In Space was 98, so I was 12. So yeah, I was like almost a teenage. I wasn't even thinking about Power Rangers anymore.
Team order. All right. Let's go to the website. So we got from 93 to 89 is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
That's like
wait. 93 to 89? You went backwards?
Someone changed this.
So if we go backwards in time.
Someone updated the wiki to the wrong year. That's hilarious. Anyway, so Mighty Morphin Power Rangers was from 93 to 95. Then it went to Zeo in 96. The Alien Rangers were in the middle of Power Rangers 2 and 3 because it was just like a little break, pretty much.
All right.
Zeo, 96. I was 1.
Listen, man.
hated Zeo.
From what I remember, like Zeo was fire to me at the time. Zeo was amazing.
And you know what the funniest part? The reason why I hated it so much, besides the fact that I didn't like the stories at all, the suits sucked. Those were the worst Power Ranger suits I've ever seen. I thought that they looked like, to me, I was like, yo, y'all should have just not morphed because you looked cooler that way. Because you look like fucking dorks in that shit with your fucking star on your face.
Yeah.
And your
I'll
little
agree
equal sign.
I'll give you some of that. I do like the Mighty Morphin suits better than the Zeo suits.
Those suits were cool, Frankie said. Nah, dude. You're high. You're high, Frankie.
What was oh, the Gold Ranger was Zeo, right? When Jason came back?
The Zeo Gold Ranger suit? Cool.
That's when Jason came back, right?
Yes.
Yo, Zeo was fire.
No.
Zeo was the shit.
That was the only good part of it.
That's
Tommy
not true.
Sucks. Tommy sucks until he becomes the Dino Thunder Black Ranger. That's the only time Tommy is cool.
That's a completely different language. I don't even know what that means anymore.
Dude, you see this suit? Do I have it on my fuck? I didn't. I put it away. Damn it. Fuck. I had it on my desk for like weeks. But after Turbo in 97 was In Space. And that was the first season where I was like, holy shit, this is some good shit. Then Lost Galaxy came out. That one was so fucking cool, dude. There was like the way that they would morph. There were swords in they pulled a fucking sword from the stone, dude. And all the swords had these little fucking like spheres in them with like their animal character inside. Mm-hmm. Sick. Then after that, Lightspeed Rescue kind of sucked. Kind of sucked like because they were fire and rescue. That's like the theme. That one
that sounds like it's bad.
The main dude was like the most cop from Brooklyn you've ever seen, white guy. Then there was one, the Green Ranger was cool as fuck. I remember him because it was the first time that they took like a character and I was like, okay, I like this guy. He's fucking cool. And he had a cowboy hat too. He had a cowboy hat, man.
None of this is sounding cool to me.
Dude, a black man in a cowboy hat with a fucking Green Ranger. Fucking
already
cool
bullshit.
So
Already
fucking cool.
bullshit.
Then we go to Time Force, which Frankie said was mid. Wrong. Time Force was slick as shit because it was the first time that the Pink Ranger was the leader of the team. The Red Ranger was just some fucking jamoke.
Why does that automatically mean it's good?
Because she was badass as fuck. And then they also had the
That's
fucking... Dude, she was badass. She was cool as shit. Then you
I'm
had
saying,
Wild
like,
Force.
more of it has to be good than just the fact that she's the leader.
No, there's...
What
I mean,
sells
the,
that?
the story was good, too. They were jumping through
Okay.
time
Right.
and whatnot.
Okay.
I liked that. Wild Force, phenomenal. Cool as fuck. The Shark Ranger, sick. Ninja Storm, fucking amazing. That season trumps almost all others. It was 3 Rangers. You got the red, blue, and yellow, and then you had 2 extra Rangers that were technically bad guys, the Crimson and Navy, and then you had their guy in the chair. He became the Green Ranger. Dude, fucking amazing. Thank you for deleting that, Frankie. Appreciate you. Thank you for being our mod. Then you got SPD, dude. SPD.
Are they cops?
Yes.
Oh,
but it was good, dude. It was written so well because the Red and Yellow Ranger were criminals.
No, they can't be cops. Yo, Power Rangers is the ops. They were
that
the
was
ops.
The thing, dude. They didn't want to be recruited by it, but they were so fucking good at like fucking, the kung fu and shit, because that's what it is. So they fucking got recruited to SPD, and then the morpher right here, this guy right here, look at that badge right there, baby.
Gay.
This would judge them. This
That's
would judge the bad guys every single
gay.
week. Listen. Fucking, it was so good. And then the best part about it was the Blue Ranger that season. He was this like hoity-toity cop, right? And he's like, I'm gonna be the Red Ranger. This is what I'm gonna do. And this dude from the streets comes in. He's like, I don't even want to fucking be here. He gets to be the Red Ranger. And he's fucking
drama,
flipping around and shit. And they're arguing with each other because the Blue Ranger's like, this is the way we do it by code. And then the Red Ranger's like, I don't give a fuck what your code is. I'm gonna stop the bad guy. Fuck you. And just does what he wants. And he had these 2 pistols that were dope as shit. That he would put them together and they become an AR. It was sick, dude.
Chris, I better
be on Nostalgia. I'm telling you right now.
You're gonna for the Power Ranger episode. Yeah, you can be. You can because my knowledge stops after Turbo.
Yeah, man.
I have nothing after that. And I barely remember that, except for the only thing I do remember is that the little kid is the Blue Ranger. That's all I remember about Turbo.
The worst part.
Wasn't there a movie for that?
Yeah, it sucked.
I remember the movie. I remember there being a movie. And Frankie, I'd love to tag you in. I don't with the tech. I don't know how to do that. I don't know. I don't remember the movie. All I remember is after the movie because it was on my birthday, and we were we're little boys, so we're just fucking hype off the movie.
Yeah.
And we went to this place that had like these hover car ass looking bumper cars, and you can control them with like levers, so it made us feel like Power Rangers and shit. So we were just
I'm in my Megazord.
We were hype as shit, like yeah, Power Rangers Turbo. But yeah, that's all I remember. That's all I remember from that is being hype off to seeing the movie and then watching the show.
I will say, after SPD though, that's where I fell off. Because it went Mystic Force next, which was like a magic theme season, and they had fucking capes. Corny. And then after that was Operation Overdrive, didn't even watch it. Then Jungle Fury, didn't even watch it, but apparently the Red Ranger had nunchucks, which was kind of cool. RPM, didn't watch it. Samurai, didn't watch it. Megaforce. I didn't watch Megaforce. Then I watched Super Megaforce, because that one I was like, y'all naming convention is shit now. But it was based off the best Japanese season ever. Because the Japanese season was Gokaiger. And their whole gimmick was that they weren't actually heroes. They're literally pirates in a pirate ship. And they have these little things that they're changers that were called Mobirates. And they had these keys of every single ranger from the past where they would take it, flip the legs up, and it would go into the morpher. And they would gain the powers of any Power Ranger throughout history. but they weren't trying to like save the world. They were
It's
just
getting
trying to
confusing.
get the treasure.
Okay.
It was so fucking cool. But then eventually, you know, they're like, maybe we do like this world. I guess we'll protect it for you guys. Meanwhile, the whole time they're like, but we're still out for the treasure because they're pirates. And it was cool.
By the end of it, do they become like, no, we love you guys and we're not bad anymore?
Kinda,
It just seems like a
but
campy
that's-
thing to do.
that in Japan, but then America just completely dropped the whole entire pirate theme and we're like, hey, all those people from Megaforce, that same cast, take them and put them in this show as well because we don't have the budget to hire more actors and just make it a continuation of the previous season. So they ruined it for me and I was really pissed off at the time. But I fell off after that.
Nah,
but I will say,
he wants me to
SPD
tag him in for
emergency.
nostalgia. That would be funny to see you and Frankie head to head on nostalgia talking
Listen,
about
man.
power. No, let me also say the one time CLD is not in the chat for the live episode, he's going to be so mad he wasn't
Yeah.
part of, he's going to, y'all do realize, Frankie and Chris, that CLD is going to bombard the Discord
Oh yeah.
with all
100%.
his Power Rangers opinions.
Listen, man. Mighty Morphin suck. Zeo sucks. Turbo sucks. I don't give a fuck who you are. They suck. They're the worst.
Listen, you're hurting my childhood. I don't have enough of a sample size of Power Rangers to be able to argue
Listen,
the
man.
rest because I didn't see any of it.
This is all I'll say. If you go back and you watch Mighty Morphin as an adult, not good.
I
Go
don't
back
think I'll
and-
enjoy any of these
I
anymore as
disagree.
an adult.
I give you a specific set of episodes to watch from Power Rangers in Space. You're gonna be like, shit, man. Chris was right. I hate that he was right, but he was fucking right because In Space fucks, and that's one thing that Frankie and I will always agree on. Because In
Now,
Space fucks, dude.
I'm not sitting here saying like
That's the first.
I
good Power
can't
Rangers.
enjoy it. I just have never seen it, and it's hard for me. Like with as cheesy and campy as it can be, I want to enjoy it unironically because I enjoy. Now I can go back and watch Mighty Morphin, but it's all ironic. Now I'm laughing at it now, but I'm laughing at I'm enjoying it differently now.
I feel you. But the best part about it is, man, you watch some of the later seasons where they figured out that they could actually make a good show. You'd be like, wow, I'm laughing at this because it's extremely corny at some parts. But damn, they did some good shit, actually, surprisingly. It's crazy, man.
I just can't wait for sounds like an event, the discourse in the Discord when you three have this free-for-all match
Hell yeah.
in the Discord.
Dude, I got opinions on Power Rangers, man.
That nostalgia is gonna be hilarious because I'm just gonna tap out at some point. I feel like me and Elijah both are just gonna back up, and then it's just gonna be Chris yelling at a microphone.
Pretty much. I'll literally recount all of fucking Power Rangers up until Mystic Force, where I'm like, they got capes, it got shit. Man,
That's funny.
dude, SPD was so good. It's crazy. The best part about SPD, which was funny as fuck, is that one of the, like the sixth Ranger, like the special one, right? Like the Tommy of the group.
Mm-hmm.
For SPD, it was the head of like the police department, and his name was Doggy Kruger in America. Now, here's the thing. You might be thinking, wow, that's a stupid name to have as a human being. He's not. He's a humanoid dog man with dreads. And then he morphs, and his giant dog head goes into a human head size helmet. It's so good.
My only response to that is a non-response. It's just like I don't have one. All I can be like is just like, is it Snoop? Like, what is that? Like, what?
Dude, he's cool as fuck, man. He's cool. It's the one figure I didn't buy back when they first started making the Power Rangers figures, like the good ones, and I regret it to this day because it goes for like 150 now.
Jeez.
Sad. Yeah. You even get the dog head to put on the Ranger body, even though that didn't really happen ever. But here we are.
Frank,
That's
you said
been a
you will
safe
drive
road.
to the recording. Y'all are gonna end up fist fighting.
It's gonna be a hell of a nostalgia for Elijah to edit. I feel bad for him.
No, because I know him, and you've seen firsthand how much fun he has editing that
Oh
show.
yeah.
You've seen his editing in the episodes, so he'll just be. I can already see him having fun with the funny cut-ins he can put in there.
The one thing I will say, and this is my last point that I'm gonna make about Power Rangers in space, is that they had the coolest storyline ever with the Psycho Rangers, which the bad guy of the season made their own team of Power Rangers to go up against the real Power Rangers, and their suit design was so fucking cool, man. And it was the first, I think it was actually the first time ever that America made Power Rangers. Everything
Mm.
else previously had come from Japan. The
Yeah,
Psycho Rangers were American made. Like, this was our idea and we did it, and they executed it so fucking perfectly. It was so good. I have the VHS copy of all the episodes in that series. So fucking good.
I'm about
I
to Google this so I can see what
Dude,
they
the
look like.
Psycho Rangers, man. That team is just my favorite fucking team I've ever seen, and I wish I
Oh,
got
I
to.
see them.
So fucking cool, man.
The psychopath. The
The best
book.
part of dude in the show, like they had a Green Ranger in the comics that was a Psycho Ranger. Apparently, I don't give a fuck about that. But in the show, what they did to like beat them was so fucking cool because they all switched colors. And there was this scene I remember. You remember TJ from Turbo, the Red Ranger?
Yes.
He was the Blue Ranger in space. He walks up with a spray paint can, and they have like these little like figures that are like model kit figures on the desk of them
Mm-hmm.
versus the Psycho Rangers. He's like, well, the Red Ranger knows how to take down our Red Ranger, and Blue Ranger knows how to take out ours. And he takes out a blue paint spray paint can, sprays all of their figures blue. He's like, what if they didn't know who was who, and they all were fucking blue? And they all fucking fought, and then the Psycho Ranger's like, who's the Blue Ranger? I don't know which one is mine, which is the one that I know how to counter. I don't know how to counter the powers and the
Just
moves of this
confuse the
guy.
shit out of them.
It was so fucking slick, dude. And then they had the Silver Ranger put on a fake Psycho Ranger outfit to confuse them, be like, I'm the Silver Psycho Ranger. You don't know me? Look at me. I'm a part of you guys. And then he would fucking double cross them. Oh, dude, it was so good. So good.
I'm looking at pictures
The
of
reveal of who Astronema was took me the fuck out. I mean, I guess, but I feel like I could see that coming from a mile away. And then I think they use that same actress in the next season or a future season as a Pink Ranger. I'm right, if I'm right, right? I think. But either way, we're done talking Power Rangers. We're done talking on this podcast, baby, because it's been a whole episode.
It is. It has. This Power Rangers ending we had.
Dude, I could go for hours about Power Rangers, man. She's the Pink Ranger in Lost Galaxy. Yeah. See, this is why we got Frankie here. He knows the lore. Well,
I'm telling you, CLD is going to be highly upset that he wasn't part of this conversation.
oh, don't worry. We're going to hear about it. But we'll
We are
hear
going to
about
hear
it
about it.
after you guys follow us on all social media. Say Before Quitting, letter B, number 4, over on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube.
Titty.
You can also check
Rangers.
out our merch over at saybeforequitting.com. We got new hoodies with embroiderings on them now. So you can get that for the cold season coming up soon, hopefully sooner than later, because I'm tired of picking up melted poo. You can follow our Patreon, where we're going to post a new episode this coming weekend on Saturday. We're playing a little bit of catch up with you guys since last month. We were a little bit busy, but we're going to have a Baldur's Gate episode coming out where we make our characters and a little bit more than that. So keep an
Yeah.
eye out there. Join the Discord, as always, link down below or in the chat if you're here live with us. Make sure that you always
Save
before
quitting.
SPD. Emergency.
We'll see you. We'll see you, titty gang. No, fuck that. We'll see you, titty Rangers, next time.
Titty Rangers.
That's the next season. It's only premiering on Pornhub.
Go.
It's only on Pornhub. Pornhub exclusive. Titty Rangers.
Dude, we gotta, for the Brostalgia episode, we gotta talk about all the theme songs too, and we gotta like do like a tier list of the theme songs, because in my opinion, I don't think Mighty Morphin is better than B. It's
Better than
iconic,
what?
like B tier. I think it's a B tier theme song. In Space, A tier, and then I think SPD, if I remember correctly, I would put at S with Ninja Storm, but we'll have to see what other people think. And by other people, I mean Frankie. But yeah.
Power Ranger. Oh shit. My bad.
You gotta look up In Space's theme. I'm gonna play it.
That's
live
what I'm
on
doing.
Dude,
Rangers
so good.
in
We're gonna hit play
Space.
at the same time.
If I can get to, there we go.
All right, which one are you clicking? Who's the channel? The intro,
Intro King of Melody.
Yeah. Cool. 10, 9. All right, are you ready?
Oh, I got an
ad.
ad.
God damn it! Pay for YouTube Premium.
Soon enough. I'm paying for
Just kidding.
so many things.
Yeah.
So many streaming things.
Are you ready?
I'm waiting for the ad to finish in 1 now.
All right. 3,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take controls to outer space now, flying.
I remember this theme song.
Higher than ever before. Ranger in space. Best theme song, dude. I fucking love it.
This is better than Mighty Morphin?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Well, hold on. Let me finish listening to it.
It's just a better beat, man. It's just more hype.
Nah.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers is overplayed and boring. They're also bad because they forced the Black Ranger to do dances. Go watch Nostalgia. This has been an episode.
How long is this thing?
It's 4 minutes. I stopped at 38 seconds, to be fair. I'm
That's
trying to think of
better because they don't got like
better.
Mighty Morphin has that fucking guitar, man.
Yeah, bad. What's another one that I like? SPD theme song. I gotta check these real quick and see if any of them are worth you checking out. Oh no, this one sucked. I remember SPD sucked for the theme song.
I don't know where I'm cutting off this post-credit scene at.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Frankie just fucking put it in the chat. In Space
What?
was also the most iconic season because it was the end of the Zordon era. Because the
Doesn't
Red
Zordon-
Ranger, Andros, kills Zordon.
How? Why?
Because he's about to be captured. I think not by Rita, but I think by like the bad guys of In Space. Like Zordon is straight up like fuck. And the Red Ranger from In Space is there and he's like, I can't kill all these, I can't take all these people all by myself. And Zordon's like, you know what you have to do. And he took the coolest fucking sword in all of Power Rangers, in my opinion, the Spiral Saber, which is a drill sword. And he fucking cuts it and breaks the fucking tube and kills it. Yeah, he asks Andros to kill him.
Shit.
Yeah, it was my dude. It was so fucking iconic. And then also they're fucking flying through space on these fucking surfboard things that turn into motorcycles, and I have one, and it's sick.
I clearly have missed a lot.
It's so good. It's so good. You missed
Yo,
out
the
on
Zeo
best-
theme song is better than the
Nah,
Space
Zeo
one.
sucks. Zeo sucks as a
I'm
whole.
listening to it now. Huh?
Zeo sucks as a whole. The only reason that Zeo is good, I don't have any reasons. Never mind. That's it. You know what? Turbo is good is because the season that Tommy left, and we got TJ, who was a better Red Ranger.
Sorry, I was rewatching the Zeo intro that is blasting me back to the past.
Oh man, let me little Power Rangers Zeo tester. Let me see if I can give you my opinion on it.
Because it's pretty much just a remix to Mighty Morphin.
Oh yeah, that's boring. How dare they? They weren't even original, dude. They weren't even original.
It was a continue. What do you mean original? It didn't have to be original. It was the same people, not same people, but it ultimately was a continuation of Mighty Morphin.
Wild Force was good too. Wild Force was good. I forgot about Wild Force.
They all have like the same overall like sound, if that makes sense. They're not the same song, but the feeling and the sound is the same.
I loved Wild Force as well because the CG in it was surprisingly decent for the time for the Zords. Hell yeah, man.
All right, we have to end this show.
We do. I'm just jamming to fucking theme songs as of this point.